Okay, so many learners of English say that it is difficult to understand native speakers talking English because they talk too fast.
Like any fan, you get excited, think who you might bring in, and you know, being involved just because you're a player is still exactly the same as the man on the street. You're picking up the paper, hopefully you're going to see you've signed someone. But I think this summer's been a bit of speculation about maybe players moving on. So at the moment, I'm just hoping that that doesn't happen rather than people come in, because I think we've got a great side and a great squad at the moment.
So today, I wanted to give you some reasons why native speakers talk fast. Here are two sentences. So sentence number 1 and sentence number 2. And there are two questions for these two sentences. Question 1, how many syllables in each sentence? So a syllable is a unit of sound with a vowel sound. So for example, in the word syllable, there are 3. Syllable. So syllable. 3 syllables.
So how many syllables? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Okay, in sentence number 2.
He can play in the match on Sunday as long as he doesn't injure it in the evening.
22 syllables in sentence number 2. 17 syllables in sentence number 1. But the sentence that you can say faster is actually sentence number 2. And why is that? Well, it's because of the number of content words. So content words are the words that carry the meaning in the sentence.
And they are words such as adjectives, nouns, adverbs and main verbs. So, adjectives we have powerful, noun, atmosphere, appeared is a main verb, truly is an adverb, transform is a verb, and the players. So,
there are
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6 content words in that sentence. In sentence number 2,
there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So there are 5 content words in sentence number 2, which is why you can say sentence number 2 faster than sentence number 1. Because in sentence number 2, there are many grammatical words.
And these are words such as pronouns, auxiliary verbs. So pronouns, for example, he or it. Auxiliary verbs, for example, can or doesn't. Articles like the or a. Prepositions, these small words like on or as, not as or in. Or conjunctions, for example, and, for here it's as long as is the conjunction here. So these words are grammatical words.
And English is what is called a stress-timed language. So this means that there is a regular gap, there is a regular interval between each content words. So to make this happen, they have to go fast in between with the grammatical words, which is why it makes it difficult when you are trying to listen in English. So English is quite not unusual, because German is similar, but most languages are syllabic-timed languages. So for example, French, Spanish, Indonesian, I speak a little bit of these languages. Japanese, I speak a little bit of Japanese. Japanese is slightly different actually, but each syllable in Portuguese, for example, Italian, each syllable in those languages have the same amount of time, roughly, on each syllable. Try it with your own language. So maybe you don't believe me. Maybe you don't believe that you can say this faster than this one. So sentence number 1, the powerful atmosphere appeared to truly transform the players. Sentence number 2, he can play in the match on Sunday as long as he doesn't injure it in the evening. So when I say sentence number 2, maybe you don't hear every word in that sentence. You only hear the content words, which are play, match, Sunday, injure, evening. I will try to say both sentences as fast as I can. So number 1, the powerful atmosphere appeared to truly transform the players. Number 2, he can play in the match on Sunday as long as he doesn't injure it in the evening. Okay, it's difficult to understand when I say number 2, but native speakers talk like this. English is a stress-timed language. You can play in the match on Sunday as long as it doesn't injure it in the players. And one of the reasons why people can talk fast is because of weak forms. And this happens when you join speech together. It's used for unstressed syllables, usually these grammatical words. And it uses this sound, the schwa. I don't know why it's called the schwa. Somebody coined the term, somebody called it that. But the sound is this in phonetics. And this is the most common sound in English. The sound is and it's used in a lot of grammatical words, and it's also used in nouns too. So for example, we don't say America, we say America.
We got an issue in America.
So this is the most common sound in English, and it means people can talk quickly. Maybe it's difficult for you to speak like this, but if you can, it can make you sound more natural. But it's something to remember when you are listening. So in English, can in a positive sentence, when a native speaker is talking, we use the schwa, we use the weak form of can. So this becomes kun. So for example, talking about football, he can shoot, he can pass, he can tackle, he can do everything. We don't say he can do everything, we say kun, he can do everything. And this means that it's a big difference between I can shoot and I can't shoot. So in British English, we say I can't for the negative. This, I can't shoot. In American, it would be more like I can't shoot. But it's a longer vowel sound. It's much longer. So you can hear the difference. When students say these two sentences, I sometimes don't understand what they are saying because students don't use the weak form sometimes. Students say, I can shoot, I can't shoot, which is very similar. It's difficult for you to understand. So remember, when can is in a positive sentence, you use the weak form, I can shoot, which is very different to I can't shoot. Okay, so now time for a little quiz. You need a pen and paper, and you need to pause the video after every question that I ask. Okay, so go get a pen and paper and come back. Right, so in this quiz, I will say a question, and you need to write down the question. You need to write down what I say, and then count the number of words. I will speak in my normal, natural speaking voice, so you need to use your knowledge of weak forms and grammatical words to make sure you write every word in the question, and then you need to count them and see if you are correct. Number one, what team do you support? Again, what team do you support? Pause the video. How many words in that question? Number two, did you see the match the other night? Did you see the match the other night? Pause the video. Write the question. How many words in the question? Number three, who's going to win the Champions League? Who's going to win the Champions League? Pause the video. Write the question. How many words? Number four, if you could buy any player, who would you buy? If you could buy any player, who would you buy? Pause the video. How many words in the question? And number five, do you think VAR should have been introduced? Do you think VAR should have been introduced? Do you think VAR should have been introduced? How many words in that question? Okay, that's it. Well done. If you got 5 out of 5, if you got 0 out of 5, maybe you need to think about the grammatical words in the questions. When you're listening in English, don't worry if you cannot hear everything somebody says, because usually you cannot, because of weak forms, because it's a stressed timed language. Listen for the content words, and then you need to use your knowledge of grammar to construct the sentence. Good luck. See you in the next video.